24th of July 2022. Hope everybody out there is having a good day today. Let me start off by saying, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Talk to you a little bit today about this heat wave that's coming. I mean, a lot of people, especially the weathermen and things like that, are acting like it's never happened before. It's something new or something like that. Here in Alabama, we have heat waves like this. It's been a few years since we've had one, but we get them pretty regular. You know, this one here may last a little longer than what we're normally used to, you know, as far as a heat wave goes, but we've had them before. It goes back to what I've always said about people with short attention spans. You know, they forget stuff. They don't remember things that used to happen. You know, our weathermen here will tell us it doesn't snow every year. Well, where I live, we usually get, you know, maybe a dusting every year, but it does snow. But this heat, I'm going to warn you, if you're working outside in it, you better make sure you stay hydrated. You know, personally, what I do is every 45 minutes, I drink a bottle of water. That's how I deal with it, you know, try to get in the shade and cool off a little bit. But some of y'all may not be able to do that, but you need to make sure you are well hydrated during this. You know your signs of heat strokes and heat exhaustion and things like that. Be sure you take care of yourself during this heat. But we do have these heat waves like this before. I can remember one a couple years ago. It got hot and kind of stayed hot for a week or two. You know, the only difference now is they're talking this thing could last all the way up till September to October. This heat could. That's a little different than what we're used to, but you know, the world's heating up is what they keep telling us. Of course, you got some people telling us it's, you know, climate change and things like this. I personally believe that we just go through cycles. You know, some years it's hot, some years it's cool. I'm not a scientist. I'm just going on what I've seen in my lifetime. You know, that's the way I look at it. It's just some kind of cycle. Some of y'all are going to say, well, no, it's because the, you know, greenhouse gases and all this and that. But I do remember it being hot like this several times growing up until my age now. It's been hot before. It's nothing new. This one here may last a little longer than it used to, but I firmly believe we're in some kind of cycle that's just a little hot. And our, you know, here in Alabama, we don't really have a winter no more. I mean, people, when it gets down to 30, our weathermen will start screaming, you know, be careful, don't go outside, you'll die type of situation. Kind of exaggerating a little bit, but you understand what I'm saying. They act like if it's 30 degrees, you don't need to be outside. Here where I live, I always say we have about 10 days of winter. And what I mean by that, I consider winter not getting above 45 during the day. You know, and we'll have about a 10-day period. It might not be a 10-day stretch. It may be 10 days separated here and there. But usually around the 21st of January, we get a chance of snow here. It's been happening like that every year for the last 7 or 8 years. And we'll get a cold snap where we'll get cold like that for about 3 or 4 days. And that's basically our winter. As far as what I consider winter, you know, comfortable weather to me, it's 40 degrees outside type stuff. You know, our winters are gone. We technically have summer straight into maybe a fall, if you want to call it a fall. Our temperatures will drop down to 50s and 60s. That's about where we stay during the winter here, with cold fronts that'll come through every now and then and get us, you know, cold and chance of snow every now and then. But this heat wave that they're talking about, it's nothing new. Yes, it may last a little longer than it usually does. If you're outside working in it, like I said, every 45 minutes stop and drink a bottle of water or something like a Gatorade or something like that. Be careful, Gatorade has a lot of sugar in it. You know, especially if you're diabetic, be careful, get the Gatorade Zeros or something like that's what I would recommend. But just stay, you know, dress appropriately for it and try to stay cool. I mean, it's what we're going to see though. What I'm worried, if it lasts all the way up until October, it means more strain on the power grid, which is very strange to me how all of a sudden this year our power grid can't take nothing. You know, it's what's going on to where the power grid can't supply the energy needs of the states. You know, that's confusing to me. What has changed from last year to this year that's causing this? Yes, there's a drought out west, you know, Lake Mead's drying up and things like that, but as far as where we're here, you know, we're technically on the Tennessee Valley. TVA is pretty much what ours is. They haven't really raised our rates much. They have a little bit, but not much. We haven't had a power outage issue longer than a couple of hours, and that's usually due to a tree falling on a line or just normal stuff that happens occasionally. You know, a tree will fall on the line, somebody will wreck and hit a power pole or something like that. But as far as, we haven't been told to limit our use, none of that. I've seen some places where they're telling some businesses, hey, you can't run this time of day, you need to shut it down, and so we can keep our power grid going. Guys, I'm not sure what's going on with the power grid, because I don't understand what's happened in a year to now where it can't control it. I mean, it's all part of the plan. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. It's controlled decline into the new world order. I mean, that's what it is. You've got to crash everything to build it back, or start it back is what I should say, because we are so far gone in debt. You know, there's no fixing this. If one of these countries caught our debt up, it would be just horrendous. But guys, be careful out there in this heat. I will tell you that. You know, if you don't know the signs of heat stroke or heat exhaustion, look them up, read them. Make sure you stay well hydrated if you're working outside. And I'm talking about even if you're just mowing your yard. Be sure you stay well hydrated. Try to get in the shade as much as possible. If it's possible when you're working outside, stay safe. If you're still watching, hit that subscribe button. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Anytime you want to share a video, feel free to share any and all my videos. Stay safe out there. Like or dislike this video. Make a comment on it. How do you feel about this heat wave that they're talking about? Have you seen heat like this before? And how long do you think it'll last? Let me know in the comments. If you're still watching, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe out there. You're not safe anywhere in the world anymore. Keep your head on a swivel. Always be aware of your surroundings. As recent events have showed us, you've got to protect yourself and your family at all times. Stay safe and get prepped up.